and welcome. You're watching Sports Buzz, your one-stop window to all that is making news in the field of sports. I'm Samriddhi Goel. Let's begin. Indian women's compound archery team win gold at World Championship in USA. Men's compound archery team finishes second, settles for silver. Delhi Capitals beat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 8 wickets. Mumbai Indians to face Kolkata Knight Riders in IPL today. Marco Asensio scores his first hat-trick for Real Madrid against Mallorca as Madrid cruised to a 6-1 win to top La Liga. Manchester United forward Cristiano Ronaldo reclaims the top spot in the list of the world's highest paid soccer player. The top spot was earlier secured by Lionel Messi. Manchester United are dumped out of the league by West Ham. Hammers gain revenge for Sunday's Premier League defeat against the Red Devils. Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur managed to reach the last 16. In the ongoing World Archery Championship at Yankton, USA, the Indian women compound archery team continued their dominance as they beat hosts in the finals to clinch the gold. The women's team, comprising Priya Gurjar, Muskan Kirar and Jyoti Surekha, held their nerves in a close battle. Now, India bagged 226 points to beat the home team, while USA managed to score 225 points. However, in the men's compound archery, Abhishek Verma along with Sangam Bisla and Roshab Yadav fought well but had to settle for silver. The men's team, led by seasoned Abhishek Verma, lost 235-238 to Austria in the final to settle for a silver medal. Abhishek Verma elected to World Archery's Athletes Committee. Participants voted during the ongoing 2021 World Archery Championship in Yankton. Abhishek Verma was the only male candidate but had to earn a majority. The elected duo joins the World Archery's Athletes Committee on a 4-year term. More in this report.
Reigning World Archery Champion Natalia Avdieva of Russia and Abhishek Verma of India have been elected to World Archery's Athletics Committee after participants voted during the 2021 World Archery Championships. Compound archers were polled for their new representatives in Yankton. The former Asian Games gold medalist was the only male candidate but had to earn a majority. India's 3-time World Cup gold medal winning compound archer has been elected to World Archery's Athletes Committee for a 4-year term. The 32-year-old was elected alongside reigning women's world champion Natalia Avdieva of Russia after participants voted during the ongoing World Championships. Avdieva and Janine Meisner of Germany were the female candidates, with Avdieva receiving 69% of the votes. Abhishek Verma, an Arjuna awardee, has won gold medals in the World Cups in Poland in 2015 and Paris earlier this year. He also bagged the yellow medal in the team event in World Cup in Shanghai in 2018. The duo will serve for 4 years and join chair NAOMI FOLKARD and members Jeff Van den Berg and Crystal Gorvin on the committee. Sports Desk, DD India.
Moving on, Sunrisers Hyderabad's dismal run in this season's Indian Premier League continued as they lost to Delhi Capitals by 8 wickets in Dubai. Kagiso Rabada and Anrich Nortje were the pick of the bowlers as Sunrisers were restricted to 134 for 9. Shreyas Iyer hit 47 as Delhi reached the target with 13 balls to spare. The win takes Delhi to the top of the table, overtaking Chennai Super Kings, but having played a game more while Sunrisers remain bottom. The match went ahead despite Sunrisers' T. Natarajan testing positive for COVID-19 on Tuesday. Mumbai Indians will hope to be bolstered by the return of their regular captain Rohit Sharma after being rested for the opener of the second phase of the Indian Premier League 2021 against Chennai Super Kings. Rohit was reportedly given some time off, keeping in mind his workload management after a grueling bio-bubble stay during the Test tour of England recently, which ended prematurely. Rohit was seen sitting on the sidelines with Kiran Pollard leading the MI side against CSK in his absence. In table tennis, Manika Batra's plea challenging rules issued by Table Tennis Federation of India, the centre has informed the Delhi High Court that merit has to be the sole criteria for selection of candidates. Further, the court also said that attending or not attending a camp will not deter India from sending its best athlete forward. The Delhi High Court has temporarily stayed the rules of the Table Tennis Federation of India, which makes attending of national coaching camp compulsory for being selected for international events. Now, Manika Batra had earlier challenged the rules approaching the court. Centre will further conduct an inquiry into allegations put forth by Batra. In yet another great news for CR7 fans, Manchester United forward Cristiano Ronaldo has reclaimed the top spot in the list of the world's highest paid soccer players from Lionel Messi. Most of the Ronaldo's revenue comes from his social media accounts, as he stands among the world's most popular athletes with over 500 million followers across Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And further to this, Ronaldo is set to make $125 million before taxes in 2021-2022 season, with $70 million coming from salary and bonuses at United. Earlier, this top spot was secured by Lionel Messi, who topped the last year's list, will be paid a salary of $75 million with an additional $35 million from endorsements for total expected earnings of $110 million. In tennis, tennis star Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from the Paribas Open at the Indian Wells. Following her loss at the US Open earlier this month, she announced that she would be taking another indefinite break from tennis. The four-time Grand Slam champion fell in the third round of the year's final major and afterwards told reporters she needed the break to concentrate on her mental health. Osaka has struggled on the court since she withdrew from the French Open in May amid a row with tournament officials over required media appearances, which she said had a negative impact on her. The 23-year-old Japanese player won her first WTA title at Indian Wells in 2018. Moving on to other news, Everton playmaker James Rodriguez has completed a move to Qatari club Al Rayyan for an undisclosed fee. The 30-year-old Colombia international, who has represented Porto, Monaco, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and Everton in Europe, producing a number of eye-catching displays at the beginning of his tenure in England, only joined the Premier League club last September. Here's a detailed report.
Colombia international James Rodriguez has joined Qatar's Al Rayyan from Premier League Everton. Both the clubs confirmed the news. However, tenure of the contract and the transfer fee were not disclosed. The 30-year-old midfielder's future at Everton looked uncertain after they appointed manager Rafa Benitez to replace Carlo Ancelotti this season. He contributed 6 goals and 9 assists in 26 games in all competitions for Everton last season. Rodriguez scored 37 goals across 2 spells at Real after joining them on the back of stellar performances at the 2014 World Cup, where he won the Golden Boot. But he struggled to live up to his 80 million euros, which is equal to 93.88 million USD, failing to nail down a regular spot in the starting lineup at the Bernabeu. He was loaned out to Bundesliga club Bayern Munich in 2017 for 2 seasons. The playmaker returned for a second spell at Real in July in the year 2019, but found himself on the fringes of the first team again, starting only 5 league games. Al Rayyan are 8th in Qatar's top flight after 2 matches. Sports Desk, DD India.
Moving on to boxing, Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant came out swinging at their joint news conference as the build-up to their November 6 bout boiled over on stage days before their championship fight. The boxers traded blows as they faced off at Los Angeles' Beverly Hilton while promoting next month's fight, which will be held in Las Vegas. The two fighters exchanged words before Alvarez forcefully shoved his opponent with Plant responding with a left hook that Alvarez mostly ducked. The fighters jousted before organizers managed to pull them apart, saving the action for the ring. The Mexican champion and undefeated American will square off from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas on November 6 as they seek to be named the undisputed super middleweight world champion. In English Football League, West Ham beat Manchester United 1-0 at Old Trafford, while Chelsea beat 4-3 Aston Villa on penalties. More updates from English Football League in this report.
Manchester United's team is out of the EFL Cup. West Ham's team showed Man United team the way out as Manchester United lost the match by 1-0. Manuel Lanzini from West Ham opened the account for West Ham by scoring in the 9th minute of the game. This was Lanzini's first goal in almost 12 months and second since May 2019. With this win, West Ham's team has reached the last 16. At the same time, Arsenal's team also managed to reach the last 16. Arsenal defeated AFC Wimbledon by 3-0. After this victory, this was Arsenal's third consecutive win in all competitions. Smith Rowe scored in the 77th, while KTR scored in the 80th minute. On the other hand, Chelsea also managed to enter the last 16 of the League Cup. However, the road was not easy for Chelsea and the team's match against Aston Villa was tied at 1-1 till the stipulated time. However, in the shootout, Chelsea advanced themselves into the competition with a 4-3 victory over Aston Villa. Team Tottenham Hotspur have also made it to the last 16 in the EFL. Tottenham achieved this success by defeating Wolverhampton Wanderers team by 4-3 in penalty shootout. Both the teams were tied 2-2, due to which the results was evaluated basis the penalty shootout. Although Tottenham's team had taken a 2-goal lead at one point in this match, Wolves made a comeback after that and scored 2 goals to level the match. Sports Desk, DD India.
And in Spanish La Liga, Marco Asensio scored a superb hat-trick as Real Madrid reclaimed the top spot in La Liga with an emphatic victory over Mallorca at the Bernabeu. Asensio scored twice in 5 first-half minutes taken response for the visitors. The Spaniard found the bottom corner to make it 4-1 10 minutes after half-time. Karim Benzema had opened the scoring after 3 minutes and added a late fifth for Real before Isco completed a 6-1 rout with 6 minutes remaining. Benzema made it 8 goals and 7 assists in La Liga this season with a deflected second goal of the night before Vinicius teed up substitute Isco to round off an impressive display by the hosts. In Italian Series A, Juventus produced a second-half fight back to earn their first Serie A victory of the season against Spezia. Centre-back Mahiches Dalit scored the winner from a corner 6 minutes after Federico Chisa's equalizer. Spezia had produced their own comeback from a goal down through Emmanuel Gyasi and Yannis Antist after Moiskin's low strike into the bottom corner gave Juventus a 28th-minute lead. Victory moves Massimiliano Allegri's side up to 12th in the table. In French League One, Achraf Hakimi scored a dramatic injury time goal as Paris Saint-Germain maintained their winning start to the League One season with victory. Hakimi curled into the bottom corner in the 95th minute for his second strike of the match to make it 7 straight wins for Mauricio Pochettino's side. The Morocco right-back had put PSG ahead just 5 minutes after centre-back Boubacar Koyet headed in from a corner to bring bottom side Metz level before half-time. But the hosts reduced to 10 men in added time when captain Dylan Braun was sent off for a second yellow card for kicking the ball away. Were unable to hold out for a hard-earned point as Hakimi finished from Neymar's pass. Doordarshan, India's first national public service broadcaster, is celebrating 62 years of service to the nation this year. In so many years, Doordarshan has become the voice of billions. time and again, we have earned the reputation of being the most trusted broadcaster in surveys conducted by the Reuters Institute. Our next report tells you how Doordarshan's English news channel DD India is covering sports with a 360-degree approach through its strong bouquet of sport programs in different formats covering regional, national and international sports news and updates.
Doordarshan is celebrating its 62nd Foundation Day this year, and on the other hand, the country is celebrating its victory in the sporting landscape. With commendable performance in Olympics and Paralympics, new avenues in sports, more opportunities for aspirants, and a lot more in the pipeline, sports is growing with double the speed. And so is the sports coverage, so each one can witness the history in making. Doordarshan is leaving no stone unturned to make this a great success. With the help of various formats, Doordarshan's English news channel, DD India, is making all efforts to cover each type of sporting activity and showcase it to the world. Let's take a look at how DD India is setting a new benchmark in sports broadcasting with a strong bouquet of programs. Biggest Olympic coverage through its various channels. #Cheer4India. DD India exclusively ran shows like #Cheer4India in its run-up to the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics. Tokyo, the spirit of sports. Round-the-clock coverage on Olympics highlights with exclusive interviews. Euro 2020 off the field. Special coverage for international audience on international football. Sports 360. Weekly sports capsule on all national and international sporting updates. Virtual encounter. Special and exclusive interaction with sports stars from across the globe. Champions Speak. Exclusive interaction with sporting legends revisiting their glorious moments. Sports Buzz. Daily capsule of sports updates, national and international. Special segments. Special segments in primetime shows like MDP, Sports in Midday Prime, and sports segments in News Night. With its vast coverage, DD India is striding forward towards a concept where sports news and updates from each and every corner of the world reaches door to door in all regions, states and union territories of the country and abroad. Sports Desk, DD India.
And now some news to cheer about for the domestic cricketers. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, or BCCI, decided to increase the match fee for players across all age groups in the men's and women's cricket. More in our next report.
Followed by the recent announcement on domestic players' hike in match fee by the BCCI, President Sourav Ganguly expressed his delight. In a tweet, Sourav Ganguly said, and I quote him, "Very happy to have the raise in match fee of domestic players, men and women, passed by the Apex Council today. They are always the key to India's success in cricket at the international level." Unquote. The announcement came on Monday with a hike in match fee for domestic cricketers. The hike is as followed for the domestic cricketers. 60,000 rupees, that is above 40 matches, for senior category, 25,000 rupees for under 23 category, and 20,000 rupees for under 19s category. In addition to this, BCCI Honorary Secretary Jay Shah said that cricketers who participated in 2019-2020 domestic season will get 50% additional match fee as compensation for season 2020-21 lost due to COVID-19 situation. The BCCI also decided to change the pay structure of its domestic cricketers across age groups. Earlier, the players who made it to the 11 earned 35,000 rupees per day, while the reserve players got 17,500 rupees in senior tournaments. However, keeping in mind the consistent performances, the BCCI has decided to reward players in domestic cricket and created 3 slabs for junior and senior players. Senior players who've played up to 20 matches will now be entitled to get 40,000 rupees per day, while reserves will get 20,000 rupees per day. Those who are in playing 11 and have featured in 21 to 40 matches will now be paid 50,000 rupees, while players who've played more than 40 matches will be entitled to receive 60,000 rupees, with the reserve slated to get 30,000 rupees. With an improved pay scale for the domestic cricketers amid the pandemic, this move surely brings a ray of hope for cricketers and will also motivate them to perform better in domestic as well as other cricketing events. Sports Desk, DD India.
Well, that brings us to an end of today's bulletin. Before we wrap up, a quick recap of the headlines again. Indian women's compound archery team win gold at the World Championship in USA. Men's compound archery team finishes second, settles for silver. Delhi Capitals beat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 8 wickets. Mumbai Indians to face Kolkata Knight Riders in IPL today. Marco Asensio scores his first hat-trick for Real Madrid against Mallorca as Madrid cruise to a 6-1 win to top La Liga. Manchester United forward Cristiano Ronaldo has reclaimed top spot in the list of the world's highest paid soccer players. The top spot is earlier secured by Lionel Messi. Manchester United are dumped out of the league by West Ham. Hammers gain revenge for Sunday's Premier League defeat against Red Devils. Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur managed to reach the last 16. And that's all in today's edition of Sports Buzz. Until we meet again, stay safe and follow COVID-appropriate behavior. Thanks for watching.